Eamon Javers is at the White House with the details. I heard you get a couple of questions in there, Eamon, and he had some interesting responses about the stock market and so forth.
Yeah, that's right, Kelly. I was in the Oval Office. As President Trump said, the final details of the U.S.-UK trade agreement are being written up now, but he called this a historic day, and he praised the negotiating teams of both countries, even as he put UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer on speakerphone to talk to reporters who were gathered there. The White House has not released the specifics of the trade agreement just yet, but the president said he agreed to certain exceptions for Rolls-Royce in particular because he doesn't see that company as a threat to the broader U.S. car market. And Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said the baseline U.S. 10% tariffs on the U.K. will remain in place as part of this deal. And I asked the president if that's a template for the rest of the trade deals he's negotiating. That is, will the 10% tariffs stay in place in every case? Here's what he said.
That's a low number. They made a good deal. Some will be much higher because they have massive trade surpluses, and, in many cases, they didn't treat us right.
I also just spoke with U.S. Trade Advisor Jamieson Greer, who confirms that the White House considers that 10% baseline tariff to be the baseline, and they aren't looking to go below that number in any of these trade deals. Now, for context, take a look at this chart of U.S. exports and imports with the U.K. There you see the exports in orange, the imports in blue, and you can see that the U.S. runs a trade surplus with the U.K. It works out to about $12 billion of exports more than the U.K. buys from the United States. That's what made this a relatively easier deal to get to. I also asked the president about Ford and Mattel, saying this week that they're going to have to raise prices on certain products as a result of his tariffs. The president said that he just doesn't believe that in the end those companies are going to raise prices. He said what they're doing with those announcements is trying to negotiate with him by talking about that publicly. Ultimately, he says, look, the companies can absorb the costs here. He expects that's what will happen, and that, American consumers in the end are not going to bear the brunt of this.